I'll be reviewing this new suspense thriller horror TV show just dropped today on Netflix, Midnight Mass, and it is starring Katie Siegel, Zach Gelford, Hamish Linklater, and the show is created by Mike Falagan. So when I heard this show is coming out on Netflix and it is created by Mike Falagan, I was super excited to see this show. I started watching this show this morning. I finished watching it. It was like quite a bench for me. Like I couldn't get out of it. So this show is definitely very interesting and engaging. Someone who knows Mike Falagan and also know about the plot, I suppose. But for people who don't know what this show is about or never heard of Mike Falagan, I feel like they will really be get bored out of their mind watching this show, because while this show does have some horror stuff happening, but it takes a long time to kick in the actual story, so you have to be really patient with this show. So I could definitely see some people will like this show, some people will not. That's how this show is, honestly. What do I think about this show, like just based on the show? I'll say this show starts out, especially first 3 episodes, I thought it was really very slow start. This show has that. Not that like you have to be first start, but whenever you are watching show on Netflix, most people who don't know Mike Falagan, they will tune out the first 2 episodes. They will be like, oh, nothing is happening. And especially the plot line, it promises you some miracle will be happening to these people. It takes like at least like first 3 episodes, like I think end of third episode something happened in this show, and the first 3 episodes is so slow paced, so like nothing happened, honestly. And especially when you are watching a horror show, you need to be quick to grab audience attention. So when I think about audience perspective, I don't say this show will be huge hit, mainly because, as I was saying, first 3 episodes is really very slow-mo, but still I thought this shows all the cast did absolutely amazing job doing all the acting. Especially this show require you to give such a big monologue of dialogue and all the stuff this show talks about. Woo! It was really boring some part, honestly. I was like, oh my god, how much they gonna talk about same subject? And one of the character, end of this show, I could just, what is her name, Beth or something? She was really annoying and super like racist in this show. Of course she was, honestly. And I was like, oh my god, how much time we have to spend with all this character on this island. You do have to spend most of your time with them, because this show does center around this character. However, I really like this character, Riley Finn character, and also Irene Green. I thought both of these people, they are like end of the day, they're trying to do good, they're trying to move on the past life. I guess that's how these 2 characters were designed. Like, you like them, that's how they were designed. I get that. I really like them, especially the girl who was on the wheelchair. Her character was also very, like, these 3 characters supposed to be good character. Like, you can tell them by watching, they're the good guy in the show. So what happened to these people makes sense. Overall, I still thought this show was very engaging, but all the dialogue between all this religious stuff, I was really bored some point. I was like, oh my god, how long these people gonna drag this scene? And honestly, after the 3rd episode, on the 4th and 5th episode was really good. Does get very interesting. Episode 4 and 5 and episode 6, I was shocked. Now, in the episode 5, I was really shocked. Some of the scene, how slow it was, and I know this show was intentionally, it was made like this to give you the sense of, oh, it's very deep, very very high quality show you are watching. But when you are an audience, you need something entertaining. All this religious talk, at some point it gets very boring, honestly. To me, I felt really bored out of my mind. Especially this show has a atheist and one person who doesn't believe in God, one believes in God, and one is like different religion in this show. This show is trying to give you a different perspective from all these people. Again, I did enjoy some of this part in this show, some of the conversation between this character. But when I think about overall the show was about, do we needed all this talk between all these characters? No, we didn't. But that's how he designed this show, I guess. So this is overall a very religious show. I would say religious means like it may be against or like working toward it, but I felt really like it was very unnecessary the way this show was designed, especially spoiler now, if you think about overall the show is about a vampire, and end of this that is what we get. Still, I will say some of the character were very interesting. As I mentioned, these three characters I really like. One character, how about the Paul character, the center, the priest who is here? I thought the Paul character, honestly, the Paul guy, I would say his character, at first he was mysterious and you find more about him, all the twist behind his character. Is it interesting? Yeah, it is interesting, but same time I feel like throughout the show, I feel like what was his motivation? Often like the show did not give us right away. Like we have to be, I know there's so many people are explaining this show, and I'm watching their video and I was like, I did not get this out of this show. You guys are just making this up. This show never gave me any details about this Paul guy. I mean, like last episode you get the closer what was he doing there, but throughout the show I felt like his character was very like vague character, like didn't meant anything. End of this show I felt like, I mean like it meant, but like I didn't like it the way it was portrayed. I know it's supposed to be like mysterious character. Overall I thought it was still very interesting watch for me, but I see very people will not like this show. They'll be bored out of their mind. It's just one of these shows. Some people will love it, some people will be like, no. I am here sitting thinking, I think it's an okay show. Doesn't deserve this 95% on Rotten Tomato. Anyway, that was my thought on this show. Let me know in the comment what you think about this show. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your comment, and please take care.